Life with Louella. Written and illustrated by Margaret Hurd. This week's episode, Super Duper Party Pooper.
I'm having a surprise birthday party for Miles Molecule on Friday night, Millie the Millicent said to her friends, and you're all invited. Just then, Kilroy happened to walk by. What's this about a party? He exclaimed. Oh, it's nothing, replied Millie reluctantly. Just a little get-together. Oh, really? Who's invited? Asked Kilroy. Just a few friends, replied Millie. Can I come too? He asked. I guess so, Millie reluctantly sighed. On the night of the party, Kilroy showed up over an hour early. Millie still had her hair in curlers, and her face was covered with green avocado mud. I bought a little snack for the party, said Kilroy. It was half a leftover pizza. He could have at least gotten rid of the uneaten crusts. Millie discreetly disposed of the chewed-up crusts, as Kilroy admired the beautiful birthday cake she had made for Miles Molecule, a lovely carousel with many beautiful little animals. I'll take this out to the dining room for you, said Kilroy. Before Millie could say anything, Kilroy lifted the beautiful carousel birthday cake by the roof. Splat! It went all over the kitchen floor. I'm sorry, he said. When the rest of the guests had arrived, Kilroy sat Millie, Miles, and Louella down at the table with him for a game of Crazy Eights. Careful not to get grease on my playing cards, he lectured every time he saw Millie reach for a potato chip. This happened several times, and they could all clearly see that Millie was beginning to get very annoyed. This is getting kind of stupid, grumbled Louella. Who wants to play Twister instead? I'm game for that, exclaimed Vicky Vixen. However, the game ended in disaster, as Kilroy lost his balance, ripping a huge chunk out of Millie's dress and Vicky's tail in the process. My beautiful tail! It's ruined, sobbed Vicky. It'll grow back, said Millie. Here, wear this. Millie handed Vicky a woolly pink muff to put around the bald part of her tail. Now which dress am I going to wear? Nah, this one's too formal. This one's too casual. Nah, I wear this one to school all the time. Nah, this one's too flashy. This one's too ordinary. Yeah, why did I ever buy this awful monstrosity? Later that evening, Vicky entertained everyone by playing something for them on the guitar. Kilroy was being very distracted. Yee-haw! Yee-haw! Woo-hoo! Woo! Yee-haw! Can I play too, he asked. I can rent it from you and take lessons, he begged. No way, exclaimed Vicky. This is my Kamikaze Stratocaster Samurai XL200, and it's worth over $5,000. I'm sorry, but I don't let anyone touch it. Of course, as soon as Vicky was out of sight, Kilroy could not resist the urge to give her fancy expensive guitar a try. And in the process, he broke every string. Kilroy! Shrieked Vicky. Those strings are worth $20 each! I'm sorry! The dining room table was laden with a delectable assortment of all kinds of scrumptious goodies. Chips, cheesies, cupcakes, Rice Krispie squares, chocolate chip cookies, onion rings, and my favorite, Nanaimo bars, exclaimed Millie as she helped herself to one. You shouldn't be having that, said Kilroy. Those are extremely fattening. You're a very pretty girl, Millie, and you shouldn't be doing this to yourself. Think how gorgeous you'd look if you lost a few megatons. Of course, Millie felt like calling him something you can't say on television. But Kilroy proceeded to go on and on, despite the icy glare she shot him. Remember, he said, you are what you eat, thin is in, stout is out. He who stuffeth puffeth, and he who indulgeth bulgeth. Inside every fat person is a thin person screaming to get out. Was it something I said? The party was over. Millie and Miles were glad to finally be alone together. "Where'd everybody go?" exclaimed Kilroy as he popped up from behind the couch. "Don't tell me you're still here," grumbled Miles. "You mean the party's over?" "You got it, Pontiac." "Well, I had so much fun, you're all invited to my place for a party next week." Millie and Miles were thrilled at his invitation, and would be delighted to come to a party of his. Not